everyone. Good morning. Welcome to your language class. As on the agenda says, I told you that we are going to be working with some activities related to the topics that we have been studying. But for today, we are going to start doing something else. We are going to start learning new vocabulary and working with new things because we need to continue, okay? Remember that we have a lot of things that we are missing still and we need to cover them, okay? So I needed to have your books ready because we are going to start right now working on that. I need you everyone to go to the page number 88. Everybody open your books on page number 88. This is the new vocabulary that we are going to be learning today. And remember that we are still talking about fossils or talking about prehistoric things, okay? So the vocabulary that is on page number 88, it is called, let's check over here. If I don't remember bad, it is called living things, okay? This is related to animals. This is something very easy and simple because remember that when we were at school, we were learning something related to this, to the type of animals that we have or the classification of animals. And as you can see over here, and as I told you before, it says living things, okay? So the vocabulary for this topic that is called living things are amphibian, arthropod, bacteria, dinosaur, insect, mammal, and reptile, okay? One more time. Living things, amphibian, arthropod, bacteria, dinosaur, insect, mammal, and reptile. Okay, so I am going to stop sharing over here my screen. Okay, I am going to stop sharing it. And what we are going to be doing right now is to be checking some examples of these animals that they mention over here. They are not mentioning a specific animals. They are mentioning the different groups in which animals are divided or classified, okay? So for us to understand better what is this vocabulary about, we are going to be sharing some examples. And I know that you already know this. Like for example, in the case of amphibian, okay, and do you know which is an example of an animal that is classified as an amphibian? Or the same as amphibious in Spanish. Do you know one animal that is an amphibian? Okay, one animal that I have, let me check over here. Okay, thank you, Andrea. Tell me, which is an example of an amphibian?
Frog.
The frog, very good, excellent. Thank you, Andrea. Do you know another one, Astrid?
And
Or you have the same?
yes.
Okay, don't worry, that is excellent. So amphibian, it is a type of group in which animals are divided. And one example of an amphibian is the frog or are the frogs, very good. Then we have the other one. What is an example of an arthropod? What is an example of an arthropod that you can have? Who can tell me an example of an arthropod? Nobody? Do you consider that the spiders are considered like arthropods? Because they are like insects, right? So we can say that spider is an example of an arthropod. Very good. Then we have bacteria. Bacteria, it is something related to something that we cannot see with our single eye. But when we are using a microscope, we are able to identify bacteria because bacteria, it is not something that you can see just by using your eyes. But when you use a microscope, you can identify the millions and millions of bacteria that are around us, okay? They are microscopic. Now, the other one, dinosaur. Who knows the dinosaurs? Who like the dinosaurs? Do you like dinosaurs? Okay, let me check over here. Luis Diego, do you like dinosaurs?
Yes.
Yes, why do you like them?
T-Rex.
Ah, the T-Rex. Okay, very good. Brandon. Aaron was raising his hand. Aaron, did you want to say something about dinosaurs? Do you like dinosaurs? Do you like dinosaurs, Aaron? Activate the audio, my dear. Try right now.
Yes.
Aha, why do you like dinosaurs, Aaron? Do you think that they are interesting?
Yes, I have
Yes.
a reptile.
Aha. Okay, they were considered like reptiles. Very good, excellent. Who can tell me one example of insects? We have a lot of insects. They are invertebrates because they don't have bones. Okay, let me check over here, Aaron, and then Andrea. Aaron?
Yes.
Aha, tell me one example of an insect. Do you have an example of an insect?
Book.
Ah?
A book.
Okay, a book or a ladybug. Very good, excellent. Aha, now let me check over here, Andrea, and then Luis Diego.
Butterfly.
The butterfly is another type of insect. Very good, excellent. Now let me check over here, Luis Diego.
A worm.
The worms, very good. They are an example of insects, very good. And what about you, Ella? Could you please tell me one example of an insect? The ant?
Yeah, fly.
Aha, very good, excellent. And what about you, Jose Miguel? Can you tell me one example of an insect? Jose Miguel.
Ant.
Aha, the ant. Very good. Excellent. You told me excellent examples about insects. Very good. The other one, mammals. Which are the mammals? The mammals are the ones that feed by the mom, by the breast of the mom. Very good. Now, let me check over here. Andrea, tell me one example of a mammal.
Just one.
Uh-huh.
Dog.
The dog, very good. Let the others also to tell me another examples. Alban, tell me another example of a mammal.
And a dog.
The dog, okay, but another one because Andrea already said that.
And
Do you think that the cat is a mammal?
yes.
Yes, of course, very good. Aha. Let me check over here. Then Andrea, okay? Isabella, do you have an example of a mammal? Could you please tell me one example of a mammal? Isabella. Uh-huh. Which one? Uh-huh.
Horse.
Oh. What?
Horse. Daddy.
I didn't understand, Isabella. Could you please try to speak aloud and clearer?
Horse.
One example. What?
Horse.
The horse. Okay, very good. Let me check over here. Uh-huh. Ana Gabriela, and then the other people, because I know that you already participated. Ana Gabriela, another example of a mammal?
Dolphin.
The dolphin. Aha. Okay, let me check. Luis Diego, and then Brandon, and then Andrea again. Luis Diego.
Monkey. The monkey.
The monkey. Very good. Brandon, another example of a mammal. Brandon. Ajá.
Bunny.
What?
Bunny. Bunny.
The donkey.
No, bunny. El conejo, miss.
Okay, very good, excellent. In that one, it is the rabbit, okay, rabbit, that is the correct word. Astrid and then Andrea, I'm sorry, Andrea, that I am giving the opportunity to other people to participate, okay?
Yes.
Astrid, another example.
A lion.
The lion, very good, excellent, Astrid, well done. And now, finally again, Andrea. Okay, Andrea, tell me another example of a mammal.
Cow.
What?
Zebra. Cows and zebra.
Very good, excellent. And now let me check again. Luis Diego, the last participation because we need to continue.
The bird. The bird.
The birds, they are not mammals, my dear, because they don't feed by the breast of their mother. Most of the mammals are hairy. Do you think that the bears are mammals? The cows? Yes, the bears and the cows, they are mammals, okay? Because they feed from the breast of their mom. Very good. And the last one, examples of reptiles. Who can tell me the example of a reptile? It is very easy. Aaron, you were the first one, Aaron. Tell me, Aaron.
Lion.
The lion. But in this case, Aaron, we are talking about reptiles. Their skin have scales or something like that. They are most of the time green. And their skin is very rough. What is the animal that do this?
Snake.
The snake, very good. That is an example of a reptile, very good. Astrid, another example of a reptile.
Lizard.
Which one?
Lizard.
What is that, Astrid?
Lizard.
But what is that? Because I don't remember that. What is that in Spanish?
I know, but I don't remember.
You don't remember, okay? Don't worry, but the most important thing is that you are participating. Jose Miguel, one example of a reptile.
Turtle.
Which one?
Turtle.
Okay, very good. Ana Gabriela, another one. And then Andrea.
Crocodile.
The crocodile, very good. Another one, Andrea. And then Aaron.
The introduction of lizard is lagartija.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Andrea. Well done. Another one, Aaron. Aaron, activate the audio.
Yes, miss.
Okay, tell me another example of a reptile. Do you think that the iguana is a kind of reptile?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
That is an excellent example. With this one, we already finished working with a new vocabulary that is called living things. Remember that living things are all the things that are alive. And as you can see, the vocabulary is formed about the different classifications of the animals. And we have the amphibians, that one example that we gave was about the frog. Then we have the arthropod that you told me that you believe that the spider is a good example. Then we have the bacteria that I told you that we are able to see it through the use of a microscope because they are microscopic. We cannot see them. Then we have the dinosaur. Dinosaurs were big animals that existed a long time ago in prehistoric times. And then we also have insects. Insects are animals that don't have bones, okay? They are boneless. And we also have the mammal. Most of the characteristics that the mammal have is that they are hairy. They are covered by hair all their body. And some examples of mammals can be, for example, the dog, the cat, the cows, the lion, and all the examples that you gave me. And the other one, we have the reptile. The reptile, you told me about the lizard, the iguana, the chameleon, okay, the turtle, very good. As you can see over here, my dears, what we have over here, it is a song. This song is called Earth's Timeline. And so, as you can see over here, one more time, I am going to tell you that what we are going to do right now is to listen to a song that is called Earth's Timeline. So you have to listen carefully to the lyrics, because as you can see, this is related to all the things that have happened since a long time ago until nowadays. So right now, everybody listen. Be able to listen right now. Listen to the song, and then we are going to be checking what is that song about, okay? So everyone listen.
4.5 billion years ago, our planet Earth was born. Single-cell bacteria were the very first life forms. 600 million years ago, worms began to crawl. In another 50 million years, there were lots of animals. There were arthropods like trilobites related to crabs and bees. After another 100 million years, fish were swimming in the seas. Then amphibians developed lungs and climbed up on the sand. So 320 million years ago, there were reptiles on the land. 220 million years ago, dinosaurs were alive until a mass extinction that most did not survive. So 65 million years ago, mammals took their place, and by 3 million years ago, some had a human face.
Okay, we already finished listening to this song. What do you think about that song? Did you like it? Do you want to raise your hand and tell me what do you think about that song? What was that song saying about? Okay, Astrid, tell me, what did you understand about that song? Did you like it?
I don't listen good to that song.
You didn't listen good. Okay, don't worry. I am going to play it again. Let me check over here. Andrea, what do you think about the song? Did you like it?
Yes.
Yes, and what did that song talk about? What was it about?
About the living thing.
About the living things. This is related to the words that we were discussing at the beginning, right? They are talking about the dinosaurs, the amphibians, the mammals, the arthropods, and all the process that they have lived until these days, okay? Very good, excellent. Now, let me check over here. Brandon, do you want to say something, Brandon?
Because of the beginning.
Okay, everyone, I am going to play the song for you again, or at least for the people who didn't listen to it so good when I was playing it, okay? So everybody listening to it, if you want, you can sing along.
4.5 billion years ago, our planet Earth was born. Single-celled bacteria were the very first life forms. 600 million years ago, worms began to crawl. In another 50 million years, there were lots of animals. There were arthropods like trilobites related to crabs and bees. After another 100 million years, fish were swimming in the seas. Then amphibians developed lungs and climbed up on the sand. So 320 million years ago, there were reptiles on the land. 220 million years ago, dinosaurs were alive until a mass extinction that most did not survive. So 65 million years ago, mammals took their place, and by 3 million years ago, some had a human face.
Okay, excellent. We already listened to that twice. And by listening to this song, as you can see over here, I am going to show you this example of a timeline. As you can see, next to the song, we have an example of a timeline. And I want you to look at this because as you can see, they are talking about the evolution. Since the earth began, that this is the first part, as you can see over here, it says 4.5 billion years ago, our earth began. So that means that the earth is very old. Just imagine 4 billion of years ago. That is a lot of time. Then after the earth began, we started with the bacteria, and the bacteria started living in the earth 4 billion years ago. After the bacteria, we have the worms, and the worms lived 600 million years ago. After the worms, we have many arthropods and other new animals. And according to the song, one example of arthropods, it is the example of the crabs, okay? The crabs are the same as like cangrejos in Spanish, right? They are an example of arthropods. And they started to live in the earth 550 million years ago. Then we have the fish. After the arthropods, the fish started living, and they started living 450 million years ago. Then we have the amphibians. The amphibians started living 350 million years ago, okay? And after the fish and amphibians, they started the reptiles. And it says that the reptiles live in the earth since 320 million years ago. After the reptiles, there was a mass extinction. And after that mass extinction, that was 250 million years ago, then existed the dinosaurs, okay? So that means that the fish, amphibians, and reptiles are older than the dinosaurs. They have more and more millions of years living before these animals. Then we have the second mass extinction, was 65 million years ago, and then after this mass extinction, we have the mammals, and the the newest that appeared in the earth were the early humans, and it was 3 millions of years ago. As you can see, this song and this information is very interesting because they are talking about the evolution of the living things, okay? So everyone, we are going to stop right here and we are going to continue after recess. So see you until later, my dear.